need to return complex AI responses with precise control over both display content and machine-readable data. We'll explore how ToolResult gives you explicit control over 3 distinct response components: human-readable content blocks, structured JSON data, and runtime metadata. You'll see exactly how strings automatically convert to text content when values become JSON strings, and the strict validation rules that require either content or structured content while keeping them completely independent in the final response.
Hash simple string. ToolResult, content equals hello world. Hash list of content blocks. ToolResult, content equals. Text content, type equals text, text equals result, 42. Image content, type equals image, data equals base 64. MIME type equals image/PNG.
This demonstrates the explicit response composition pattern, where tool outputs are deliberately structured into 3 independent channels through the ToolResult container: human-readable content blocks, machine-processable structured data, and execution metadata. The pattern's defining characteristic is its ability to maintain strict separation between display content, which auto-converts serializable values to MCP content blocks, and structured data, which requires dictionary format for validation, while providing a dedicated channel for runtime metrics. Unlike implicit conversion systems, ToolResult gives developers granular control over each response component while enforcing type safety through explicit parameter requirements. The approach operates by treating responses as composite objects with distinct processing rules for each parameter. The content field accepts any serializable value. Strings automatically convert to text content blocks, while other serializable values become JSON strings, ensuring backward compatibility with MCP's content block system. The structured content field strictly requires a dictionary or none, enabling schema validation for programmatic consumers. When only structured content is provided, it automatically populates the content field as a JSON string representation, maintaining the dual-channel response structure. The meta field captures runtime metadata like execution time or confidence scores, keeping operational data separate from both display and structured content. Validation ensures at least one of content or structured content is provided, but both can coexist independently in the final response. This pattern solves the challenge of tools needing to serve diverse consumers, human interfaces, automated workflows, and monitoring systems through a single, consistent response format. It's particularly valuable in production AI systems where you must maintain audit trails via Meta, support both human and machine workflows through dual content channels, and enforce type safety via structured schemas. The explicit container approach eliminates response format negotiations while preserving flexibility for mixed media types, though it requires slightly more verbose syntax than raw value returns. The trade-off delivers predictable behavior across all consumption scenarios while maintaining clean separation between presentation logic and data processing. Let's break it down line by line.
Hash simple string. ToolResult, content equals hello world.
This shows ToolResult with a string in the content parameter, which automatically converts to a text content block. The string gets wrapped in a standardized content block format with type equals text, ensuring consistent response structure while maintaining human-readable output. FastMCP enforces that either content or structured content must be provided, but both can coexist independently. They serve separate purposes in the response. The content field handles display-oriented data, auto-converted to content blocks when needed, while structured content carries machine-readable dictionaries that get JSON stringified if no explicit content exists.
Hash list of content blocks. ToolResult, content equals.
The ToolResult constructor gives explicit control over 3 response components: content for human-readable output, structured content for machine-readable data, dict or none, and meta for runtime metadata, added in 2.13.1. Strings in content automatically convert to TextContent blocks, while other serializable values become JSON strings. This happens even when using ToolResult directly. When only structured content is provided, it auto-populates content as a JSON string representation, but both fields can coexist independently without merging.
Text content, type equals text, text equals result, 42.
This creates a typed text content block within ToolResult's mixed content response system. Strings in the content parameter automatically convert to text content blocks with type equals text, explicitly declaring the content format, and text equals result. 42, carrying the actual payload. Unlike direct returns where MCP performs implicit conversions, ToolResult maintains strict separation between human-readable content, which accepts any serializable value, and structured data, which requires a dictionary or none, while ensuring both remain independent fields in the final response.
Image content, type equals image, data equals base 64. MIME type equals image/PNG.
This image content block demonstrates ToolResult's typed content system, where each block requires a type field plus format-specific parameters like data, base 64 payload, and MIME type rendering hint. The content parameter accepts strings auto-converted to text content, content blocks like this image content, or any serializable value converted to JSON string, while structured content must be a dictionary or none for machine-readable data. At least one of these must be provided, with meta available for runtime metadata, and both fields remain completely independent when provided together. Closes the content block list in ToolResult, finalizing a response that explicitly separates human-readable content from machine-readable structured data. Strings in the content parameter automatically convert to text content blocks, while other serializable values become JSON strings. This behavior applies even when using ToolResult explicitly, not just for direct returns. The structured content field requires a dictionary or none, and when provided alone, its JSON representation becomes the content field. Both fields can coexist independently, with validation enforcing at least one is present. The optional meta field, 2.13.1+, carries runtime metadata without affecting the primary response channels. ToolResult pattern. The ToolResult container enforces explicit separation between human-readable output, content, machine-processable data, structured content, and runtime metadata, meta, with each field governed by distinct conversion rules. Strings in content automatically convert to text content blocks, while arbitrary serializable values become JSON strings. Yet, structured content remains strictly dictionary only, never auto-converted, and only populates content as JSON when provided alone. This design forces tools to declare intent, display, data, or metadata, with no implicit bridging between them.
The response that carries everything reveals nothing until